Alright guys, welcome back. This is the Poke Crossings channel and I'm Charlotte, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you the basics of the Stalk Market, so how to get the best out of those turnips. As always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure you drop a like, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe because we do daily Animal Crossing videos on this channel. So, to jump into the video guys, what I want to do is I'm going to bring you a two-part video. So today I'm going to bring you the basics of trading turnips, all the sort of basic stuff you need to know, and then tomorrow I'm going to show you how to manipulate that market and really win big on the turnips. It can be a really easy way to quickly pay off your mortgages to Tom Nook. So yeah, it's going to be two parts. The basics is now. So, where'd you buy turnips from? That is what we need to know first. And it's from this kid, snotty-nosed Daisy May. Now, Daisy May would be super cute, but I just cannot stand that dripping snot bogey. It literally makes me feel sick. It's disgusting. But anyway, she rocks up on your island. She comes on Sundays between 6 and 12 noon, so early in the mornings, and she is there to sell turnips. Every single week the turnips will vary in price between 90 and 110 bells per turnip. So there'll never be more than that, there'll never be less than that, but it definitely will vary. And I think she rips me off because I'm always in the kind of higher end of the price bracket. But that's what you're looking for. And you can only buy the turnips in a bulk of 10. So you can't buy like a random like 1 or 2 turnips. They've got to be in bunches of 10. How many you buy is obviously completely up to you. Depends on how much spare money you've got and how much money you want to risk moving forwards. So once you've got your turnips, you then can sell your turnips between Monday and Saturday. And there's 2 prices a day. So if you go into the Nook store, they'll give you a price in the morning and a price in the afternoon. It changes at 12 noon. So you've got loads of opportunity to sell your turnips, but it's effectively Animal Crossing's version of the stock market. So you know you're risking that money in a sense of trying to get a much higher return. Now, the highest price I have personally seen is 660 bells. That is the highest turnip price I have seen. That's per turnip. So if you've bought it for 1 turnip for 90, and then you make a massive profit when you sell it for 660 bells. The prices are rare. Those high prices are really, really rare. And to work out what prices you're on, you need to start tracking your prices. So you can use various different apps, websites, things like that. The one I use is called Turnip Profit, and I'll write it like down here somewhere so you can go check it out. Basically what you do is you put your price in that you've bought them for, and every day you go and write in your turnip price, AM and PM, and then from there it does its magic and it works out when the best time is or what point you're going to have at the highest price and when you should sell. The reason it can do this is because when it comes to turnips, there is 4 different patterns that your island will be on for the week. Now, it's quite hard, it's not just 4, not each of those 4 patterns are exactly the same, but it's a pattern in which the price will follow. So for example, the first pattern is just like a normal pattern, and I'll give you a bit of an example on the screen, but basically the price will just fluctuate. It'll just go up and down really gently across the whole week, and you won't have any massive spikes, but at the same time you're probably not going to have any massive drops either. It's just going to kind of sit and just do this all the time. So say your highest price on a normal week might be 150 bells. Somebody else's island who's also on a normal pattern for that week might get 170 bells. So the price still fluctuates, but it just gives you an idea of what the best time to sell is or what to expect for the week. So the next pattern is called sudden spike. Now what you're going to see with this, again I'm going to bring it up on the screen, is at some point within the week, I've been tracking mine and I normally see if I'm going to get a spike on my island, it's normally around Wednesday, Thursday. And what you'll see is your price will just kind of fluctuate along, and then all of a sudden you'll get an absolute crazy insane price, and it's usually about 400 bells plus per turnip, and it'll be that for like one session, one price. So it might be like Wednesday afternoon will be a crazy price, and then Thursday morning it'll be back at like 150 bells or something like that. And that pattern is the way you get the really big money. That's the big money pattern that you're kind of looking for. Obviously you don't get that week on week. It is totally random, the chance of these four different patterns. So moving along is probably the worst of the 4 patterns, and that is a gradual decline. So your price will, at the beginning of the week, won't be anything really it's not that noticeable. It'll be probably around the 100 and something bells. I think last time I had this it was 150 bells on the Monday, and then from that point it just gradually declined. Again, no massive movements, but it definitely like gradually declined, and I think by the end of the week it was something like 30 bells a turnip or something. Like absolutely rubbish price, like rubbish. So that is like the worst of the patterns, I think, because usually people want to hold out, at least have an idea of what's happening through the week. You know, especially people who are like a little bit more risky, might want to push on till the end of the week, see if they can get a better price or a better price somewhere else. This does you no favours. It just gets worse and worse as the week goes on. And then the final pattern is a gentle spike. So it's very, very similar, you'll see on the screen, to what the sudden spike looks like, but it's just not as, it doesn't go as high. So you're probably not going to get them really high, kind of 400 to 600 bell prices. It's probably going to be more around 200-300 bells. But again, you still get a price. It's an opportunity to double, maybe triple your money if you're lucky. And again, get rid of those turnips. Boom, job done. So there are your 4 patterns. Now, like I said, there's loads of different apps, things like that to track it on, so have a play with them and see how you get on. The things you need to be very careful of when you're deciding to trade turnips, there's a couple of things. Number 1 is your turnips rot if you go past, like they're only good for a week. So if you buy turnips on a Sunday, the following Sunday they will all spoil. So if you're on a rubbish kind of pattern or whatever, you can't think, oh, I'll save these till next week. You've got to shift them within the week, otherwise they spoil. Once they spoil, they are good for literally nothing. So you can leave them outside and they'll attract ants and flies, which are good if you've not got them for your museum yet. And you can still sell them to nooks, but a stack of 10 turnips is only worth 100 bells. So you've probably bought that stack of turnips for like, 1,000 bells at least, and then it's only going to be worth 100. So yeah, no, you've pretty much lost all your money on them. So do whatever you do, do not leave them to the following Sunday. You need to shift them in the week. That's my first thing to be aware of. Second thing to be aware of is for anybody who time travels, you can time travel forwards with turnips, but the minute you time travel backwards, they will spoil, even if it's in the same week. And you also can't time travel forwards enough that it goes past the next Sunday. So you can kind of if you're on Monday, you could time travel to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You can't travel back, and you can't travel to a new week, because otherwise, again, all your turnips will be spoiled, ruined, and again, you'll have wasted all that money. And then the final thing that I would say is, if you're getting big into turnips, you know, you're really pushing to try and get one of your loans paid off, or maybe a bridge paid off, you know, chances are you're going to have to think about going elsewhere to sell turnips, whether that's a friend's island or you find a price online. So for me, to keep my risk relatively low, I always buy no more than a full inventory's worth of turnips, which usually comes out about 350 depending on the price, 350,000 bells. Because my theory is, if my island has a good price, great, doesn't matter. If somebody else's island has a really good price, I'm going to have to then hope that they're happy for me to do multiple trips to sell. And that can become quite cumbersome, especially if you're not familiar with the person that you're trading with, or you're using something, you know, like a website or something like that, and they're charging you for each visit. It can start to cost a lot, it can start to get a bit messy, and obviously we all know the online interface isn't the most smooth, isn't the quickest, so it can be quite time consuming. So for me, no more than one inventory's worth. That way, if you do have to go elsewhere, it's a quick and easy sale. You're not wasting too much of your profits selling to that person who's allowed you onto that island, and then boom, got the profits, get back, get on with the rest of your day. Final tip is, when you first start with turnips, just don't go crazy. So I built my way up. I started, I think, with 40k's worth of turnips, then 50, and then 75, then 100, and then I started then filling up my inventory, and I just built my money up that way. Now I get an inventory's worth of turnips, I'm turning it over, and I'm coming back with about 2 mil, depending on what price I've sold at. You know, I don't need any more than that, and it's fun, but it's not too much of a faff either. So yeah, don't feel like you have to go straight in with a full inventory, because worst thing you'll do is use all your money, and then that right nice kitchen unit or whatever comes into Nook that's like 170k, and you've not got it because you've got all your money tied up in turnips. So make sure you've got some spare money in case you need it through the week. You don't want to skint yourself, tie all your money up. But yeah, just take it steady, guys. And that is the basics, the absolute bare minimum of turnips. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to win big time with turnips. I'm going to go through all the techniques that I've used and researched to really maximise the profit that you can make with turnips. So make sure you come back tomorrow for that. As always, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, drop it in the comments. Have you found today's video useful? And I want to know, how much do you spend on turnips each week? Like, am I like lowballing it with like 300k's worth? Should I push it? Should I be, you know, getting more than one inventory's worth? Let me know in the comments. And otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow, guys.